Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. I'm gonna do another one of these tier lists. This might be the last one I do for now. Maybe I'll do easy ATURs in a couple of days, but I want some time playing around with Angel Gold and Frieza to make a proper assessment of him before I would put him on a list. So I definitely don't want to go into one of those right away. Today's video is going to be the best 200% leader skills. So we're going to rank them 1 to 8. No cheating like I usually do with some of these units where it's like, the LR Super Saiyan 4s are close enough, so I'll just put them in the same spot, right? None of that. We actually are going to rank them 1 to 8 right here. Now, I should explain, I'm not specifically... So people will see, like, best 200% leader skills, and they'll think, like, we're talking about the units that are actually getting 200%, right? So, you know, for Goku and Gohan, their leader skills, Goku Family and Super Saiyans, 170. And then Android Cell Saga, he gets the extra 30% for the 200% leader skill. I am trying to evaluate the whole leader skill, the thing as a whole, right? So, number one, most important, is the strength of the two categories at 170. I do think, obviously, it does matter which characters are getting the extra buffs for 200%, because, you know, 200% leader skills are very, very, very clearly designed to be utilized against Red Zone, right? Red Zone is designed around the 200% leader skills. These are, for all intents and purposes right here, basically the teams you want to be running is these right here. So I guess we'll kind of just jump into it, and I can go over why certain, you know, leader skills are very good, others aren't quite as good. I mean, regardless of what number 8 is, the bottom one, which of course is Majin Vegeta, it's brutal. I have to deal with the Majin Vegeta Defense Force yet again. But I mean, this leader skill is just, this is not good enough. I like what they did with this, right? Because what it does is, essentially every Vegeta ever is going to be on this 200% right here. That's good. But I'm not really, like, counting, like, oh, you know, once we get, like, Ultra Ego Vegeta, and then when we get Super Saiyan 5 Vegeta in the future, like, yeah, it's going to be great. But it's like, I'm sort of talking about right now, right? Now, the problem for this leader skill is that they love cucking Vegeta. Don't talk to me, alright? I don't make these decisions, man. Grade 8 Vegeta, they fumbled. Evolution Blue Vegeta, they fumbled. LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I would say, is probably the best unit on the team. So of all the Buu Saga units, and then all the Vegeta family units, I would say LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is the best character of all of them. The problem is that he can't be utilized to his full potential on this team. So the best unit on the team can't be used to his true potential. You have a lot of very solid Vegeta units on this team, right? Evolution Blue Vegeta is very good. This Super Saiyan Vegeta, I think, is very good, right? You know, like, some of these Super Saiyan 3 Vegetas are very solid. You know, GT Dokkan Fest Vegeta is good. But it's like, you just have a bunch of, like, good units. Like, you don't have on this team, like, at all an ace, right? Like, people will go crazy for physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and I think he's exceptional, but he's not the androids or Ginyu or AGL Cell where he could do everything and can completely control the fight. Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku is not quite on that level defensively as some of the other top TURs, right? So you're just left with a thing here where it's like, dude, you look at this, like, this is not that good. Like, Buu Saga, right? Like, we're in the post-Red Zone, post-7th anniversary metas. All these characters are aged. The LR Gohan and Goten get shit on. I mean, you do have, Vegito is here. That unit is very good. You could struggle the first couple of turns, but the fusion and heal is very good. Super Vegito is now a little bit too weak. Kid Buu is really good. He's, you know, again, up there as one of the best units on either of these teams right here, but we don't really have the proper pieces to make Kid Buu look great. LR Buhan can be okay, but he's really not the best. So I just, despite the fact that all Vegetas are getting 200% buffs here, it's just simple. Vegeta units aren't good enough right now. Like, we need I would have no issue with them dropping a Vegeta as like the best character in the game. I think it would be good. It would very much buff this team right here, Vegeta family. It's like not only does Majin Vegeta I think have the worst team, but I don't know. It might be by a bit. I am not a fan whatsoever of Majin Vegeta's team, man. You have no like real heavy hitters on here. Well, when I mean heavy hitter, I just mean like one of the best units in the game. I mean, Physical Super Saiyan 3, of course, is a heavy hitter, but I'm not, Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku for me is not like top 5 unit in the game, like contender. Like he's up there. I could go as high as like top 10 for Super Saiyan 3 Goku probably, but I don't know. I'm not impressed. When I take this team into the red zone too, a lot of instances you're getting bullied. Now, I don't really want to talk about the leader like unit so much, right? Because I'm just trying to evaluate these leader skills. But keep in mind with Vegeta, you basically have to have a Trunks on there, which is killing your team build, like the synergy of the team, because no Trunks works well with this Majin Vegeta. It's just this character is just a huge fumble, like most Vegetas are. I don't understand. I don't know. Because Vegeta is a big moneymaker. I feel like they probably shouldn't fumble every single Vegeta they ever make, but dude, I don't know. Hopefully Ultra Ego Vegeta will be good, right? All right, next, we have the new Resurrection F Blues. Now, I feel like their team, to me, actually feels quite a bit better than Vegeta's. Oh, might be surprising. Some people, I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, right? But this team just feels much stronger. Now, there's obvious reasons for this. Number one, they have what I consider either a 1 or 2, the best unit in the game. That is huge here. You have Tech God Goku, who is, the best tank in the game for the hardest fight in the game, right? A lot of these God and Blue characters, honestly, I just am not too impressed with these days. But, like, you can, I feel like, build teams for, like, each Red Zone stage, to me, a little bit more effectively with Realm of Gods and then Mastered Evolution here than you can with the Vegeta team. And again, I don't know that it's particularly close. I feel like this team is a lot better, right? Because it's like, so you could have Tech God Goku, you can get Angel, or excuse me, not Angel. Oh, you can get Angel Golden Frieza on here, but I'm talking about this Golden Frieza, right? Defensive God Golden Frieza is on here. You just have a lot of characters like that you could run on this team, right? You do have Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku on this team as well. Remember, this character, the thing that's different about him compared to most other characters is that this guy is on, like, every good team, right? Like, most of these characters have got, like, 1 team or 2 teams or something like that. And Super Saiyan 3 is on, like, every good team. It's just, like, his assortment of categories. He's just everywhere, right? So, that's the thing. Like, you can't use him as a way to say, like, Vegeta seems really good. He's on it. Well, guess what? He's also on, like, every other team on this list. So, this Goku is actually on, like, 6 of these teams, isn't he, or something like that? Well, hold on. Let me look. Because he's on... he's not on theirs. He is there. He's on Raditz's, and he's on Goku and Gohan's, and he's on theirs, and he's on theirs. So he's not on Cell, Raditz, Ginyu, or the Super Saiyan Force. He's on half of the teams, yeah. This team is good, right? UI Goku is very powerful in all of the Red Zone stages except for Broly. But, Broly is the hardest stage in the game, the one you really want to use UI Goku, and you cannot. But you do have a number of options here who, to me, feel a little bit more consistent against some of these tougher Red Zone stages. Again, I don't really want to take into account the leader so much, so I'm not really going to comment on them or their presence on the team. Now, keep in mind, the 200% here is pretty good. It's all these pure Saiyan characters. So again, Super Saiyan 3 Goku's getting the actual 200%, which he's not on Majin Vegeta's team. All these Blues and Gods and the LR Gods are all getting the 200% leader skill. So the team definitely does feel a little bit stronger, right? You've got, again, please don't blame me, blame Dokkan, but like a lot of these these matching Goku and Vegeta units, the Gokus usually end up better, right? So, like, those characters are actually getting 200%, and not just the shafted characters of Vegetas that are, shafted characters. I don't know. Again, talk to Dokkan, man. Don't talk to me. All right, next I'm going to say Raditz. Now, again, I'm not talking about the strength. If we're doing the strength of the leader unit, it's Raditz does not deserve to even be here. Majin Vegeta, I have so many issues with him, but he's still very good. He can tank all the toughest bosses in the red zone, right? Just as long as things go your way, he can be great. I can't say the same about Raditz. It's disrespectful to compare Majin Vegeta to Raditz, right? Majin Vegeta is way better. So it's like if I was really like evaluating the leader's performance as well, like that would probably drop Raditz down to 8, just because Majin Vegeta is just so much better than him. But the thing about Raditz, I don't have to spend too long here. Raditz leads pure Saiyans, man. Like it's very cut and dry, right? Like look at this. You know, you have a lot of these characters. You have the LR gods. You got UI Goku here. You have the LR Super Saiyan 4s who could be used to full effect. Namek Goku can be a good, strong unit. Kaioken Goku, the LR Super Saiyan 4s. You know, again, all these Vegetas, they're all here capable. Tech Kill and Khalifa can be solid if you can fuse with them and heal. You've got a lot of stacking characters. You got Broly's on here. Like, you got basically whatever you need, right, is on here. Now, the actual 200% part itself, I would say is really not that good. Because space traveling warriors for these, it's basically just the Saiyan Saga Saiyans. And then you're also getting Bardock on there as well. Now, at the moment, the best Bardock is probably it's definitely physical LR Bardock. I can foresee in the future them doing the same thing for Team Bardock that they did for the Ginyu Force, right? Dokkan has often treated the Ginyu Force and Team Bardock very similarly, right? So I would anticipate this guy getting a 200% Dokkan Fest lead and him being on par with Ginyu, and then like a Borgos and a Fasha and like a Shugesh and a Tora, you know, type duo units on par with some of these Ginyu units and stuff like that. If that happens, Raditz's team could get a lot better, because then that theoretical like Bardock Dokkan Fest would be getting the 200% leader skill here and could really help anchor this team. But one thing I do want to try and shy away from is really talking too much about these teams' potential for the future, and I more so want to talk about what they can do now. But when it comes to pure Saiyans, right, like that's one of the strengths is that the potential, like they're always releasing Goku and Vegeta. And it's like Goku makes a lot of money, Vegeta makes a lot of money, so it's anniversary time. What do? They slam them together every single time so that we get like these as anniversary units and worldwide units and New Year's and stuff like that, right? So it's like Pure Saiyan is always going to be a bank, like cash money team, basically. Pure Saiyan's always going to be good. So it's like, even though Saiyan Saga is definitely not as powerful, right? The only really like legitimate option here that's not a Saiyan from the Saiyan Saga right now, unfortunately, is the LR Goku and Piccolo. Like that's just, look at this. Like it's like, because like Nappa's already on there, Great Ape Vegeta, the Gokus, they're already all on Pure Saiyans. The only new character, you're essentially just putting this character on a Pure Saiyan team, right? So that's a problem. Saiyan Saga needs like another celebration around it, for like just adding a lot of meat to it. So there's Raditz. Next, I would say, is Captain Ginyu. Now, the reason I'm putting Ginyu's team above Raditz's, despite the fact that Raditz is, you know, leading Pure Saiyans, is that Ginyu, his categories are good, right? Like, Namek Goku is technically on here, right? Terrifying Conquerors, you got a lot of these, you know, big villain characters. But it's really the strength of Ginyu's team is just the new Ginyu Force units, and then just sort of like adding accessory, basically, characters to them, right? So it's like, you want to run your Ginyu, your Burter and Jace, your Rakumen Goldo, your physical LR Ginyu, and then, you know, you just add like maybe like AGL Golden Frieza, or maybe you want to run like AGL Turles or something like that. I feel like dude, I'm like actually thinking about it. I kind of want to put Raditz in front. Let me look at Terrifying Conquerors real fast. I'm gonna be as like just like fair as possible when I say that almost all these units are just like fodder now. I really just wish people. I feel like a lot of times, like, I'll glance at something like this, I'll be like, yeah, they all suck. And it's like, you know, a free-to-play player's watching this is like, well, a year ago I used this unit and he did really good in this stage, so I think he's not too bad. That's fine. But when you go into these really tough stages, like, none of these characters can take it anymore, right? None of them can take the heat. No. I love Ginyu's team. I'm swapping. We're doing this. Yeah. I can't. What am I? We got to do this. Yeah. Because Ginyu, it's just as Ginyu Force members is who you're running. Now that is really powerful, but it's like, I can't really, like, if we're not bringing leader performance into this, which I don't want to make this video about the actual leaders themselves, then Raditz's team is just so much better. It's pure Saiyans, right? Like, I can't put the Ginyu team above that. Despite how good the Ginyu Force actually is, right? So I feel like I would do this: Raditz, Ginyu, the Blues, and then Majin Vegeta. Yeah. I like that. This is fine. It's just the Ginyu team. It's just these Ginyu Force characters are so strong. Now the next two are tough. I would next say Cell. But I don't know. And then the next one in front of that would be Goku and Gohan. Now, the reason I'd put Goku and Gohan at 3 is because it's Goku family, right? Like, you can easily, yeah. Goku family, that's just too strong. Even if these characters are not, like, all getting the 200%, and the 200% is very small, right? You're basically just talking about, like, Super Saiyan Vegetas and Trunkses and Gokus and Gohans from the Android Cell Saga, Future Gohan, and then, like, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohans. That's it. It's a very limited... Like, if we were judging and evaluating this video off of just the characters on 200%, I feel like this Goku and Gohan, they would be way further down the list. But I feel like it's more important to understand that, you know, okay, running, like, Namek Goku is still effective on a full 170%, right? Tech Ultimate Gohan is going to be effective here. You know, Tech God Goku, right? Like, these characters, Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku, are still fine under a full 170% lead. I don't think you want to go below 170 is where you want to be living at least, right? 170 or the 200%. Now Cell's team is Android Cell Saga or Power Absorption. So I guess it is important to understand that you can sort of build this, right? Like, you can rock all these Android Saga Saiyans on here. You can. It's just, you really more so want to go for the Android characters because Cell's 200% is the Android. Cell has probably, like, one of the best design leader skill. I feel like they did a really good job with this, of getting basically every relevant Android character on this team. I mean, we have no idea what's going to happen with the movie characters. I assume Gamma 1 and 2 will not be on this team, but we have no idea with the new Cell that is in Dragon Ball Superhero, right? Is he going to be on this team? It's hard to say, right? Like, I don't know the answer to that. But, you know, you have all of the major Android characters, except for Android 13, like base Android 13. Remember, that the AGL one is on there because that's him transforming, but just regular, like, Trucker Hat 13 is not on Power Absorption. It's only the transforming card, the Fusion Android 13, that's on the category. 14 and 15 are not on there, and then, like, the GT 17s are not on there. They're the one big loss, is the GT Android 17 and Hellfighter 17, because they would work very effectively on this team. This team is just so good, though, because you have, like, 19 and 20 and stuff like that. I had similar experiences dancing on the red zone with both teams, though. I do feel like you could probably maneuver either above each other. It's not really too big of a deal. I would put Goku and Gohan. It was a little bit easier for me to get through Broly than it was with the Cell team. It's tough. Again, Cell and this Goku and Gohan, I feel like this was a really well done dual Dokkan Fest. One of the best ever. Where I think both characters are incredibly good, and I don't think either outclasses the other at all. They're both really good. People disrespect this unit. They just have no idea what they're talking about. This character's really good, right? Team's really good. Cell is incredible, too. No Cell downplay around here. Alright, so let's look so far. So I feel good about this? Yeah, yep. Yeah, I mean, again, because the Ginyu Force is still strong, but Raditz is pure Saiyans. And then I do feel like these two lag a little bit behind, but Majin Vegeta's team is just completely dead, right? It's nah. Alright, so next, I actually have the LR Super Saiyan Force, and I put a lot of thought into this, right? And then, of course, we have the gods at 1, right? I put a lot of thought into this. The Super Saiyan... Oh, whoops. Here, let me do... Here, we can get rid of all these now, because I open up just a bunch of new tabs just so that we don't have, spoilers, and people can't just at the start of the video look at it and go, oh, I see what's right there and there and there and there, or whatever. So, let's take a look here. So, the LR Super Saiyan 4s, right? We'll do this. The LR Super Saiyan 4s. Wait, goddamn, dude, my brain. This, perfect. Okay. The LR Super Saiyan 4s is Fuse, Fighter, and GT Hero. Again, I would say this has very high potential. In the fusions are always going to be dropped. They're always going to be huge money makers. The team's always going to be going up. But, I don't really want to base this so much around potential of what these teams look like. Keep in mind that both 200% here are very similar. Both of them are for Kamehameha. It's just, of the 4 categories, GT Hero, Fuse, Fighter, Movie Heroes, Beyond Super Saiyan is just... This is one of the best... This is one of the best categories in the game by far. Look at this. You have got so much with this. Any Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Rose, Evolution Blue Vegeta, all these characters are going to be on here. Now, keep in mind in the future, UI Goku's not on here. Ultra Ego Vegeta is not going to be on here as well, right? So, there is going to be some limitations. Right now, the strongest iterations of Goku and Vegeta are not on this. But this is still just some disgusting category, right? These fusions, right? All these types of characters are just going to be on here. This is just devastating. This, you have so much you can do. Because the thing is that the LR Super Saiyan 4s and both of the 7th anniversary units, they're all on each other's leader skills. So, these two, it does get tough, right? It's the gods are on their leader skill, and then they're on the gods' leader skill as well. That's why, they really made these two, just the definitive peak of the game for right now. I just put the gods ahead, because that Beyond Super Saiyan category, you've got everything on there. Keep in mind that the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta team right here, for example, you don't have access to Tech God Goku, who is, the single most helpful unit in the game, basically, for the hardest fight in the game, which is Red Zone Broly, right? Because God Goku, he's on both of these, right? Even look at it, the Gods team is again, I don't want to do too much about future potential, but the movie comes out in a week, right? Movie hero characters are they're gonna be on this team, so that's gonna be very interesting to see. Alright, so let's look at this again. Yeah, I feel good about this. I like this. I think this is a good sort of display of how effective each 200% team can be. It's just, if we would count the leader's performance more, that would change things drastically, right? I would potentially move Ginyu even maybe up to 3. Raditz, I would create 3 more tiers to separate Majin Vegeta at 7 and Raditz at 8. It would be... So, again, if we were counting, performance, it would look something more like this, right? That's probably how we would do this. Raditz is actually just, yeah, he's that bad, man. I'm sorry. He is. He really is. It's terrible. Alright, so let me know what you guys think of, the top 200% leader skills. This is definitely how I would rank the teams right here. So, let me know what you guys think. Again, I hope I explained it well, that I'm talking about the leader skill as a whole. I am taking into account the units that are on the actual 200%, getting the extra buffs, but it's more so about the leader skill as a whole, right? And I'm trying to limit talk of future potential a bit, right? I can't really help with pure Saiyans, because it's yeah, dude, it's just literally always going to be relevant. Majin Vegeta, despite having such a shitty team, his should get better, because every Vegeta ever is going to be getting a 200% on that team. So, it's that could be good. You know, that could allow Vegeta could climb, you know, in 6 months, Vegeta could climb a couple of spots easy. Vegeta could easily pass the Blues in the future, or Ginyu. Maybe potentially Raditz, who knows? Like, if they would drop, like, a crazy Buu Saga, like, Kid Trunks, or, like, a Piccolo is a gifted warrior, or Gotenks. Like, if they dropped a Gotenks, who's the best unit in the game, right, from the Buu Saga, he would be getting 200% from Majin Vegeta's leader skill, right? So, you know, those are just some possibilities for Majin Vegeta to get better. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.